What up, my freaks? Ruinous Psych here with part 11 of my Total Warhammer II modded Rakarth campaign. So as we saw last time, we have moved through Bretonnia, taking lots and lots of territories in quick succession, and are now moved on to Paravent, having taken Quinnell's last episode. I think the Paravent itself, by virtue of its very weak garrison, weaker than Quinnell, and on top of that, with the March Stance army, we might be able to auto-resolve this battle. So I'm gonna give that a try. Hopefully nobody dies. I mean, this balance of power is pretty weak, and we fought much harder battles than this. I want to just move towards better battles, and we know that up north, the Red Duke, yeah, it's fine. The Red Duke should give us a run for our money in this fight, as well as a few other provinces. I haven't seen what's going on in Carcassonne, though. I guess we can send our agent down there, and then I guess we will, alright, we can move on to Lyonesse as well. Now, you, Durthu. How are you doing, buddy? How are you doing? Carrick Ziflin. You don't like Carrick Ziflin. I would like to ally with you before fighting you. So what if we say we will attack Carrick Norn? Okay, what if we attack Carrick Norn and Reichland? Would you give us a non-aggression pact for that? No, you wouldn't. Alright, fine. We'll attack Carrick Norn. I don't know how powerful they are, but they're up here. I doubt they're going to move towards us, because they'd have to move through the Wood Elf territory, so hopefully Durthu just takes them out for us. Let's try this. We'll join war against these guys. Maybe he'll like us a little bit more. I think I'm going to start offering him gifts, just to butter him up. I mean, the problem here is, of course, that we don't know which of these factions need to be buttered up the most. I'm going to just butter up Arguelon and Talzin and just hope that Torgavon doesn't attack us. I guess we'll see. How are you doing, Orion? Who are you at war with? You are at war with Clan Angrand, the Golden Order, and the Dread Fleet. I don't want to fight the Dread Fleet just because they might sail up here. And, I mean, I guess we could declare war on Clan Angrand, although the problem there is that once we take Carcassonne, they'll be a little bit nearby. Alright, we'll see. We'll see. We'll declare war on most of the factions at the Wood Elves Gate, and hopefully they just more or less leave us alone. I'd like to take the donut, of course, and oh, small gift is only 5570. You know what? You can have a medium gift, Orion. There you go. Yes. There you go. Gifts given to Talzin, 20, improving down to -45. Not too bad. Yeah, the Great Power is actually not hurting us that much, but the Aversion certainly is. Alright, so we'll keep it there. We still have plenty of cash remaining, of course. Now, how are we doing? Hargonath deteriorating a little bit due to the Great Power, but they like our treaties and our wars. Nagaron, ooh, yeah, that's deteriorating a little bit too much for my taste. Let's offer another gift. I suppose. Yeah, we'll have to keep giving these guys gifts. I really want to get a military alliance going with Nagaron. I don't want them to fight us, because this would just be boring. And Dark Elves on Dark Elf. Let's see. At least in terms of fighting, that would be boring. And now, what else do we have here? You don't need to be upgraded. I don't actually think anybody else needs to be upgraded either. Alright, so I think what we'll do next turn is we'll upgrade our army a little bit. I wanted another Black Dragon here. Yeah, it's going to cost us more money. But Rakarth's been having a little bit of a tough time in some of these fights, and I think another dragon would really help out the anti-wall force. And then I guess we could get another Charybdis. Oh, wait, I did want a Feral Mammoth. You know, I'm going to get one of each of the types of monsters just for the fun of it. So the Feral Stag and the Feral Carnosaur are going to go in here, but I don't want the army to cost so much at this stage, because we are going to soon hopefully get a third army on the field, just because we'll need somebody to deal with Reichland, while Rakarth, presumably with the help of Shakara, unless she gets replaced, deals with all the stuff up here. Now, what's going on in the Shrine of Kane? It is, oh, it is level 3. So, it might be a good idea to take it. That will allow Shakara to be at full HP. Alright, fine. Let's go into stance. Oh, but we'd have to be at war with Avalorn, wouldn't we? Who's at war with Avalorn? The Scourge of Kane. Alright, alright. And Avalorn, how powerful are you guys? You don't look to be that powerful, actually. Alright, fine. We'll talk to the Scourge. Where are you? Scourge. Here we go. And then we'll initiate diplomacy, and we will join war against Avalorn. There we go. Chance of success high. Let's see if we can't get at least a little bit of cash out of you. 600. Ah, for the love. Fine. We'll just do it for free. Yeah. Annoying, but whatever. There we go. And let's take that shrine. I do want to take Toranlek as well, because it is part of this province. Hopefully they just get attacked by another one of the high elf factions, and then we can take it off afterwards. Alright, let's get into Shrine of Kane. Ranger Standard will obviously auto-resolve this because it's a pathetic battle. A Ranger Standard, I feel like we want to put this on the Charybdis for now. Alright, auto-resolve. Yeah, a little bit of damage, but it's fine. We will occupy instead of looting and occupying this. This will go down to level 2. Ooh, yes, we got a Talisman of Preservation out of it. Very, very worth it. Absolutely lovely. Alright, Shrine of Kane captured. Within sleeps the Widowmaker, so that's for Rakarth, because he clearly needs the help. Now, we could get some Dark Riders out of here. But it's the Dark Riders with crossbows that would be good. I think we'll keep it as it is, or this army currently as it is. Obviously, it doesn't have very many elite units. In fact, it has no elite units, but we'll work through that. Go for Chief Master for now. I'm not going to replace Shakara yet, but we'll look towards it. We'll keep an eye on which lords are looking like they're going to be a good upgrade, and then we'll do the upgrade afterwards. Ooh, they've taken Elysia back, haven't they? That's also another good thing. It was owned by Harganeth previously. Gotta keep an eye on it. Alrighty, anything else we need to do? Fidian, you can move. I was gonna send you down here. I guess you can attack Montfort. Although, you know what? I want to see if there's anybody at the Massive Overhaul. I feel like you can handle what's going on in Montfort anyway. So if this is full of Skaven, please don't be full of Scryer. Please just be a ruin. And it is just a ruin, and I don't care about the puzzle. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, that'll be a free territory. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to make a temporary lord just to grab this, so that Rakarth doesn't have to do anything about it. Alright, let's just go retinue discipline for you. You're not ready for immortality yet, buddy. Ooh, although Assault Garrison is going to be quite useful as well. You're maxed out on increased slave income, which is the original reason I built you. But I mean, you're kind of useful right now, which is kind of annoying in the sense that we'll probably have to get another one before we replace you. Alright, fine, just do that for now. And with that commandment available in Paravan... Oh, by the way, what do we have here? Reaper... Yeah, well, that's fine, but not what we need here. We don't need city tunnels, that's for damn sure. We'll keep the fighting pits, and we'll switch you to demand highborn hostages for that public order, because we're not going to get any slave income from here anyway. 18%. Minor amount of slave income. Alrighty, let's end the turn, then we'll play some of the army. We need to heal up here a little bit before we hit Montfort anyway. Yeah, we'll actually fight this, maybe cinematically. Oh, look, Bahamond is actually building stuff. Lovely. Lovely, and this is his only territory, correct? Can you talk? Yeah, it's his only territory. Perfect. Alright, let's end the turn. I don't think there's anything else I forgot to do, or at least I hope there isn't. We gotta finish off Bretonnia before heading off to the Donut and taking Reichland as well. And Reichland is now fighting... Oh, there it is. Sylvania and von Karstein are now going to be fighting them, so they will move their armies away from our territories. What's this? Foreign trespasser, you say? That's going to be interesting. Let's see. Snager the Terror, Military Alliance. No, thank you. Alright, where's that foreign trespasser?
Oh, mighty lord.
Yeah, mighty lord, mighty lord. Let's see, got a decent amount of cash. I mean, we got plenty of cash. That's not our problem. And aha. Wait, what? Are you insane? What are you doing? What are you doing, Fallen? Why would you do this? Who are you fighting? I mean, it's only a matter of time before we declare war on all these guys, so we could destroy this army very easily. The only problem, of course, is this army is most likely too weak to take Total Warhammer over here. Although I am tempted to try. If we take out this army, and this is their only army, or rather, at least the only army that's here, I'm just hoping that we don't declare war on so many of these high elves that it becomes a problem. Have we discovered you guys yet, or are we not close enough yet? No, we're not. Okay, fine. Hero not moved. You... I guess I want to send you down to Brion and Castle Carcassonne to see what's going on down here. Although, wait, if we send you here, we'll be able to attack the garrison of Montfort. I want to get full HP. Oh, hello. The hell is this? Oh, we can't reach... Oh, we just declared war on this guy, and now he's wanting to probably capitalize on that, take some of our weaker territories. That's annoying. That is very annoying, but it's also not super unexpected, I guess. Should we build a wall here? Paravan, you're going to have a very weak... You know what? If these guys attack us, since this is all going to be borders, I guess we will build defenses here. I would prefer to get money-making stuff, but it's probably safer this way. Alrighty, Boudica leveled up again, 23. She's keeping just ahead of Rakarth, it looks like. Let's get that Daughters of Kane, even more Harpy upgrades. Speaking of Harpies, let's delete the Dread Spears and the Dark Shards here, because they won't be needed. Then we will recruit 2 units of Harpies because they free, and the Black Dragon. Oh man, I mean, we've had these shades around for such a long time. It's unfortunate, but I guess we're going to replace them with the mammoth, and then eventually we'll replace a couple of the harpies, maybe a couple of the giant wolves, because we're actually getting not a crazy amount of mileage out of them anymore. Just because of the way that Rakarth's force functions, and the fact that the harpies in his particular force are essentially better than they are. Look at this, 5762 versus 5144. So the Harpies are pretty nasty. I really wish I could give them a little bit of armor upgrades. That would really solve the situation. Alright, sorry Shades, you were expensive, you're gonna go, and we're gonna replace you with a nice feral mammoth. There we go. Now we have somebody that has wall breaker on our side, so that should be helpful. We can also use it to fight enemy cav, because as I recall, the mammoths are quite adept at fighting cav. They do have the anti-large and the armor pierce, plus the terror. It is feral, so that's a little bit concerning. Alright, I'm just thinking about when we put the feral steg instead of you. Maybe get a couple of Medusae instead of one. I was thinking of just one Medusae just to have one of every type of monster, but then we don't have a feral manticore, and we might put that in there, although I don't generally like to use single manticores. I like to use manticores like eagles. You have them in little groups of, let's say, 2, at least, maybe 3, but 3 feral manticores would probably be too much for Rakarth, especially as they're not amazing. I'll think about it. There's definite options here, and we could remove the Reaper Bolter, but the thing is, Rakarth has that unique suppressed upgrade. Ironically, this would work really well with an all-ranged army, but doesn't actually add too much with this. So eventually we will maybe remove it when we just rely on the wall-breaking mammoth. Once again, I'll consider it. Alright, let's just stay here for one more turn before we go. What else can we do here? Aha, Nagaryth, you've got yourself an upgrade in the Shrine of Kane. Oh, we can... Whoa. Whoa. We can get this built right now. It's going to take a while. I also want to check the Dreadlords, what do we have here? Okay, Strong is not bad, just to make a more powerful Lord. We have Dreadlord, Female, Strategist, Strider, you guys are mad. I don't want any High Beastmasters in here because they're never going to be as good as Rakarth is. We could try to go for a Supreme Sorceress, as I was saying earlier. I really wish that we had enough upgrades to get the buffs that make them, the Lords, recruit at higher levels. That'd be just swell. Vicious, Spiteful, ooh, Weapon Strength +5 for all units in Army. That's not bad at all, actually. Might be worthwhile, although it would not be so good in this army in particular. We got First Strike and we got Determined. Yeah, I don't really like any of these. Oh, man. Strong is probably the better one, and even then it's not that good. I almost always prefer buffs that buff the army over buffs that buff the Lord. But obviously, the Dark Elves get the Names of Power, so that would be buffing the army eventually. Yeah, okay, I'm just a little bit concerned about replacing Shakara right now, because she has that... not the Shadows of Anger, what am I talking about? She has the upgrades in the red line, which keep this army essentially functional. Alright, you know what? Let's buff her up for now. And give her a bunch of stuff, like, a bunch of this stuff. It'll be such a problem if we lose her, though. Because this is a pretty good armor. Alright, and Rakarth is using a Dragonbane. Well, no, he's obviously going to get the Talisman of Preservation. She had... Wow, we have just garbage for items. It's kind of interesting how Imrik has, like, tons and tons of every kind of item you could possibly wish for, whereas Rakarth basically has trash. Featherfoot Torque, you can stay on the Dark Steed. I guess we can get you the Scarecrow Banner just because we don't even have enough followers to max out 2 Lords. What is this? Very bad luck with these for the Dark Elves, apparently. Yeah, alright, I just gotta remember not to lose that, and be careful. Alright, we'll attack you in a second, just because, you know, it's an opportunity. And otherwise, I just want to make sure to give Rakarth that talisman, so that he's a little bit more fighty. Alright, do you have that Death Piercer? Yeah, we definitely need to replace that, hopefully with the Sword of Kane, as opposed to the Whip of Agony. I assume the Whip of Agony is a weapon. Yeah, it's a weapon item. We'll probably have it for a few seconds. Alrighty. Well, Brachus is Rakarth's main weapon as it is anyway. Ooh, hopefully the Wood Elves just destroy this guy anyway. Alrighty, I guess with that we can end the turn, unless there's something else to build. Oh, right. You know what? Let's start constructing this. It's actually surprisingly cheap, and we do get some nice buffs out of this. Yeah, alright, do it. Oh no, but the only problem there is we do need to build the watchtowers here, because this place can't defend itself. How close? Its growth isn't that high. But you know what? Since it takes 20 turns, we might as well start building it anyway, try to protect it. Now, you are at war with the Scourge of Kane as well as Harganeth. I would rather... Oh, man. So here's the question. How can we do this? We can't summon a hero here. Damn. So what I was hoping was to identify the Cult of Pleasure and then ask them to join the battle with, I don't know, a non-aggression pact or some kind of agreement, but that's not going to be the case. Alright, fine. Harganeth, we'll join your war against Trace. Just to butter you up a little bit more. And it's a high chance. Beautiful. And then we will demand payment. I guess, wait, you won't give us any kind of alliance. Yeah, we already have all the alliances we want from you. Alright, let's just do that. Alrighty. And yeah, we'll try to maintain alliances. Speaking of alliance. Wait, Bjornling, you have 11, or you have 3 rather. Yeah, nobody else is worth aligning with, I think. I mean, maybe Clan Rictus is worth a defensive alliance if we want to ignore all this and not betray them later. The only problem is, what if Harganeth declares war on them? That'll be an issue. I mean, we already have the non-aggression pact with them, and we are rising in terms of our relationship, so let's just keep them here. Alright, Shakara, I know you're hurt, but kill this little army while it's here. Really? 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 Okay, fine. We'll have to physically fight this. They're not even going to be able to approach us. It's just high elven archers and spearmen. What the hell are you talking about, game? All right, let's just do this. There is not going to be a cinematic battle necessitated by this. Is a pathetic army, even with Shakara a little bit damaged. We're just going to destroy them in range before they ever reach us. We really do need to get Shakara a mage, though, which is possibly another reason to have that other lord, a mage lord. Because that would prevent us from, you know, needing to actually summon the mage. And let's see, you guys can reach the enemy from here, alrighty. And I guess we'll try to make use of that high ground, even though I'm feeling like we probably won't need to. Alright, let's just set this up super simply. Keep you guys back. You know what? Let's pop you guys on the sides here. In fact, they probably will never reach you, but we'll keep you in skirmish mode just in case. Just to try to minimize our casualties, if nothing else. Let's put you guys... Really? Really? Well, that's screwy. The hitbox of this is gigantic. You can't actually move this unit any closer. Okay, game. Okay, fine. Let's do... Really? Okay, fine, just keep you like this. And then let's just keep you guys back. We'll get our range units here. I'm actually kind of tempted to put you guys forward, but it's okay. Let's do that. That we will turn off our skirmish from you. Shakara up front. Try to maintain your HP. We'll have the giant wolves, I guess. Ooh, really like this map. I like that it's all jagged and rocky. Ooh, there's the Shrine of Kane in the background, too. Or I take it that's a Shrine of the Widowmaker, but yeah, alright, you guys stay hidden in the woods, get ready to attack. Charybdis up front if you need to. You are at full HP, so you don't need to worry about being hurt. Start battle. You two switch to multi-shot and start going for their archers. Oh, they have a flying lord. Cute, cute. That's a prince. Alrighty. You all move up. In fact, let's get all of you right here. I guess the range units can still help out, so let's move them up right there. Turn off skirmish mode. I did turn it off, all of you. Perfect. We could target the prince in the air, but I just don't think there's any real need to do so. We can have the bolt fiends actually target it as soon as it gets in range. Alrighty, how are we doing? Not getting too many kills on our Reaper Bolt throwers, unfortunately, but that's okay. Not gonna change all that much at the end of the day. Yeah, at least try to destroy that one unit of high health and archers. Damn, try a little bit harder. Bolt Fiends, I want you to attack this unit of... this prince, rather. And, okay, you guys are gonna... You know what? You guys move back a little bit. I don't want you to taking damage to this. You've already taken some damage. And, oh, you... What do you mean you can't attack the prince? He's up in the air. What are you talking about? How could you possibly be obstructed? That's insane. Okay, well, the game... I don't appreciate that game. So you're going to drop among these guys, but you're going to immediately get killed by Shakara and by our Charybdis, and this battle should be quite over very, very soon. In fact, we'll have you guys... nah, you could just keep firing. Oh, damn these... Okay, doggos, go kill this. I thought that our ranged would be a little bit more powerful than it turned out to be. So would be able to destroy this stuff, but apparently not going to be the case. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, don't you move. Just keep attacking the regular way. Alright, I slowed it down to try to get some action shots of these guys fighting the prince. Oh, who's just trying to coward his way out of here now. Shouldn't have gone in there, buddy. Ooh, the Charybdis knocking a lot of our own troops aside here. Yeah, get back here with your eagle. Alright, well, let's get the Charybdis in. This battle should be over at any second. I thought I told you not to get hurt, Shakara. Try a little bit harder. Alright, you guys can move in. Go after this. Doggos. You know what? One of you go here. The other one can go chase that down. Since they're in march stance, we don't really need to worry about anything here. Oh, wow. You have taken quite a bit of damage to the enemy fire. Alright, there we go. Doggos taking out the enemy. You two, you know what? Switch fire to these. To these guys, and then... Oh, you know what? This prince is coming back. Just go for a standard round and attack him. Otherwise, this will be over nowish? I expect them all to rout any second now. Especially when they're Lord routes. You gonna keep routing, buddy? Ah, stop missing. Come on. It's a really cool map. I wish we had more battles here, though. I like the color scheme. I like the Shrine of Kane in the background. Is that the glow of the Widowmaker in the background as well? Pretty crazy that you can see it that far away. And hey, are you trying to chase down the doggos? No, leave those alone. We need them for full HP for when we attack the enemy here. And oh yeah, you guys attack those spears, who should get wrecked. You guys keep chasing this. Try not to get bogged down by the enemy spears here, even though the spears would have a very, very bad time trying to fight the dual-wielding Corsairs. Alright, it looks like you're going to move towards these Corsairs. Try to, you know, trudge up this hill, but this is not the hill we're going to die on. Quite the reverse, in fact. Oh, Charybdis, you're taking damage here? It doesn't matter. They've chain routed already. And damn, they couldn't really bring down this prince with both of them firing on it. Disappointing. It was already a very hurt prince as well. Alrighty, a little battle for Shakara. Losses 20, very negligible. We were trying to avoid them, and yeah, this really should have been auto-resolvable. It's silly that, I think the problem is with the Black Ark Corsairs. I think that's where it lies, because I remember in the Malice campaign there was an army with ludicrously kitted out Black Ark Corsairs with like all the buffs and basically could defeat any elite army, and they were always getting just absolutely destroyed in auto-resolve, so there's that. Alright, we're gonna go for Enslave here, and just to buff up our healing. Is this still our territory? No, this is Toranlek territory. Damn. Yeah, we need to head up to Total Kar as soon as possible, so maybe we go right here, cross this, but stay in our own territory, like so. Yeah, you don't have an encampment stance, and our Black Ark is unfortunately too weak to come help as of yet. Although it's almost time to start building some Black Ark Corsairs. I'd say another couple of level ups, especially after we get the Dark Elf Manors, which should be next turn. I mean, we could try to move to Torkari this turn. Oh, but there's a full garrison there. We might be able to siege it, though. We can move straight in here, but we won't be able to reach this. Oh, we might be. Might be worth it. I mean, I don't really care about the Scourge of Kane liking us or not. You know, I think we're gonna risk it. Do this. Do this. Let's see if there's an army there. There is no army there. Alright. Let's try to siege it. I'm willing to bet that Hellebron's gonna retake Elysia, but then hopefully she loses it again. You're gonna raid here. It'll help you heal up a little bit. We'll get a decent amount of cash, and I really doubt the Scourge of Kane will declare war on us anyway. Yeah, we'll leave the Shrine of Kane as it is for now. I really wish you could take it at max level, but oh well. Oh, well, you can't have it all after all. Broken Lands in Albion. You're really losing public order. Do we really need to build this? We're gonna destroy this later anyway. You know what, fine, just build it. We have so much cash that it won't matter all that much. I guess Albion, you can do the same thing. There we go. And if we're going to demolish those later, I'm just curious. What's going to be the... can't even see. And I also just hate how it keeps popping up to continue building this here. I just don't want to bother doing that. Oh, and yes, it looks like the Reichland forces have moved away from all these territories, which is perfect for us, because now we no longer have to worry about them attacking this, and we can attack them at our leisure when Rakarth is done over here. Now, let's end this turn. I believe we're good. Rakarth could attack this right now. Oh, wait, I wonder how much healing he'd do if he tried to raid this territory.
Born to command.
Like so, and then raid. Not a lot, but I think that's worthwhile. Yeah, let's do this for one turn. I'm almost tempted to just say attack anyway, but do we just attack? You know what, screw it, I don't think we need to wait anymore. Let's just attack Montfort. They're not allied with anybody, they are just... We're just gonna declare war on them. Declare war. Yes. I mean, yeah, we could have asked Mousillon for something, but they probably didn't have anything worthwhile. And we're going to kill Mousillon anyway, just because they're in our way and they have a territory that we want. Alright, this one's going to be a cinematic battle just because we have more stuff. Plus, we want to try out our brand new Black Dragon. That's what you're looking at. 69-64 as compared to Rakarth's 82 and 57, but you hit... Why would the regular Black Dragon hit harder than Brachus, a special Black Dragon, with Rakarth? I really never got this. Why would the monster by itself be better than a lord on top of a... using the special monster as a mount? I think I've encountered this before as well. Charge bonus is the same, I'm just comparing stats here. Speed is the same. Yeah, a little bit more armor, but I think that's from Rakarth's personal armor upgrade, maybe? Or one of his items, rather? Well, whatever. Let's do this thing. Alrighty, here we go. We've added some much-needed Maws to Rakarth's force in the form of the Wall Breaker, or the Mammoth rather, over here, who is intended to break walls. I like all the little, like all the painting on the tusks. They could have been carved more. Oh, what the hell? Huh? Is that what tusks look like on the inside? I thought that would be uniform. Interesting. Not something I've ever looked into. Neat. I wonder if that is reflective of what tusks look like in reality. Well, that's another thing to Google. Alrighty, so obviously we're going to start off by taking out the towers. Yeah, let's speed it back up. With our Reaper Bolt Thrower. Let's just give it a few seconds. We really just need these two towers dead. The others won't matter as much because there doesn't seem to be a lot of enemy units on top of these walls for some reason. It's actually a bit of an odd setup. The AI doesn't usually do this. They have 3 peasant bowmen all the way back here. Normally what it does is it obviously keeps all the knights here. But instead, for some reason, it decided not to fill up the walls with all its units. Maybe it's because it knows that we have a giant air force. I'm not entirely sure, but I am quite excited to see how this particular force functions now that we have our new Black Dragon to you know, fly around with Brachus. And let's see, wait, how different are they? Do they have different color eyes and stuff? Let's see, how different is Brachus? It's kind of hard to tell. Well, obviously Brachus has the armor. Oh yeah, and he has the purple eyes, doesn't he? So that is the unique part. Yes. Alrighty. Alright, and I do remember in the Imric campaign remarking that it looks like one of the, I think it was one of the Black Dragons that looked like they had a blind eye, but no, I can see the pupils in both eyes of these guys. Alrighty, well, let's get to it. You guys are probably used to me getting distracted by now. Alrighty, well, with these two dragons dropping on top of these walls here shouldn't be any kind of difficulty. There we go, smashing apart those units. And it looks like actually the regular Black Dragon hit a little bit harder than Brachus did, at least in terms of the number of enemy units that went flying and dying. But that's not really a bad thing, I suppose, because it's a stronger unit to be added. Here come the Crows of Kane and the rest of the Harpies jumping on top of those walls. Another issue with the enemy not getting too many units up here, I suppose, although it might not be a bad idea in retrospect, because these units are now units that have range but are not getting insta-killed by all these harpies up there. I mean, look at this. This peasant bowman unit is being terrified off the field. I take it by the dragons. Interestingly, this one is the further away unit rather than the one that got hit over here, isn't it? Huh. That's a little bit odd. How did that work? It's not the harpies that cause terror. The harpies don't have terror or even fear. Interesting. Well, doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. They're both going to be dead soon, but the other units are going to be alive. We are going to try to get some casts off very soon into this as soon as our caster is here, and Boudica is casting now. There we go. There's the Flock of Doom, and we should get a cast of Dwellers Below with her item in there as well, so it should be doing a decent amount of damage. It feels like her Dwellers Below is a little bit weaker than the standard version, because I remember spamming the spell in one of the other campaigns and doing insane amounts of damage. But that was, I mean, that was okay, but it wasn't a crazy amount. Alright, now over here, it seems like we do have enemy archers moving up, and we are going to take advantage of that by getting a breath. And we're going to start with Brackus breathing. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too close to the edge. I was hoping that this would actually get into the center here and kill a lot more units, as well as damage some of these knights, but unfortunately, for some reason, the dragons don't seem to like breathing center mass into formations. They just like to breathe on the edges there. I've noticed them doing this before, but hey, what can you do? Let's see if our second shot with our dragon can't do a better job here. He's going to fly up behind this tower first, which is not a good thing, so we are going to move him there. I actually cancel the first cast just that he doesn't breathe into the tower, because I've seen that happen with Brackus before in a few episodes ago, and here we go. And let's see about this one. A little bit slower, but a little bit closer to center mass. Still not exactly where we want it, but considerably better. I mean, look at that damage. There we go. I like the dual effect of the blood and the noxious fumes coming off of that noxious cloud or breath or whatever the hell it's called. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. That one did quite a bit of damage. Good job, Black Dragon. You have 217 kills just off of that, and you're hitting those bowmen. And I think most of this would have been coming from that breath. So the damage was certainly there. So I suppose even though these guys did a good job not having all their units up on top of the walls where they would get wrecked by our Air Force, they did a pretty poor job in bunching up their units like this. On top of that, we're going to get another Flock of Doom to add insult to injury. Now, in the meantime, we have been trying to compare the damage to the walls, which is at 64%, to the damage to the gatehouse. I did start them both on this at the same time, just because I was curious how quickly these things would occur, and it does seem like the Mammoth does a lot better of a job, which does make sense, as it does have the trait that specializes towards it. So this should be really, really helpful, because we should now be able to get in all of our ground monsters in on the game here. And oh wow, this bowman unit has one unit left. Ouch. And oh, unfortunately, our Raven Heroes. Oh wow, the lag is here. The hell? That's unusual. Well, I'm just gonna pause it here. That is, not something I've. What the hell? Oh, there, it fixed itself. Huh. That was very strange. Alright, so I was having these Raven Heralds kill these Knights Errant over here, and they did a pretty damn good job. I mean, let's see, how much ammo do they have left? They've used a little bit over half. I mean, it's a decent amount. They're probably better off you sniping single units, but as we saw, because of these range units over here, they're guarding their lord. Otherwise, if they weren't here, I would have sent the Raven Heralds to snipe the single targets. Just by virtue of how much ammo was wasted on a single unit of Knights Errant, it's probably not worth it to have them target units like this. Maybe units with fewer models, like Grail Guardians, or we saw them kill the Vargulf and Lords. Anything else with a very, very low model count. I think there's just too many Knights Errant in a single blob. But anyway, the wall should be coming down any second now. We should be able to get the Harpies and Co. in. I am enjoying the fact that we have two dragons now, because they can rely on each other to support Plus, they can act as anchors a little bit better for the Harpies when they move in. The Harpies, after all, do need those anchors to prevent them from getting swarmed. And there we go. It looks like the wall's just about to go down, and through the smoke cloud, the mammoth walks in. Or barges in. Oh man, maybe I should have named him Kool-Aid Man or something like that. But anyway, let's see. The Harpies are going to try to move in, but they're going to get into each other's way, as they always do with the gate, but that's okay. This is a lot earlier in terms of getting ground units in than we usually get for these battles. In fact, with most of these battles, we haven't even been able to use the ground forces, so this is a definite boon. Look at all those effects on the enemies. I think they're all actually routing now and terrified, etc., yeah. This portion of them is dead, which is... I mean, it's quite sensible. Considering the amount of Harpies and monsters I got in here, I think that worked out pretty darn well. Harpy's gonna move away while we are going to send our monsters over here. Ooh, like this little triple line we have of the Hydras and the Charybdis. They are being countercharged, apparently, by these Knights, but we should be able to get at least one breath going on them. Maybe a couple, it really depends. We see that this breath goes off, and ooh, very nice. Smacks back right into those peasants, but yeah, it looks like the others were unable to breathe. I think because these guys were interfering, i.e., the Hydra and Charybdis were in combat still. But that's all right. The Knights charge, but they get absolutely destroyed so quickly. In combination with that breath, they essentially instantly rout, and they lose a bunch of models as well. They were at 21 a couple seconds ago, now they're at 9. So yeah, it's not surprising. And we didn't even send the Mammoth, who's specialized at killing anti-large, so yeah. Alrighty, and it looks like these guys are routing as well. I mean, charging into this in a narrow confine like this seems like a terrible idea, especially with 2 dragons hovering overhead as well. Alrighty, so it looks like we're going to chase these guys down and try to attack the center over here. We do have, what, 3 units of knights plus their lord, a few units of peasants being able to fire their ranged stuff, but that's not really a concern. We're also going to get our doggos in, who are going to go around and try to flank the enemy formation here. Rakarth's going to get hit by a few of those attacks, but he is going to get a breath out. Ooh, that breath looked like, oh, it looks like he got staggered, so he wasn't able to get the full breath out. Unfortunate, but the breath actually did a pretty... Oh, no, it's continuing. I'm not entirely sure why it looked that way. Maybe it was a cancellation or something. Either way, the breath coming off of the regular Black Dragon appeared to have the HP on both of these Knight units, whereas Rakarth's breath, unfortunately, looks like it's going to go a little bit wide, but that's okay. We did the damage. We're going to get another Flock of Doom in here. Obviously, it's not going to do too much damage to the Knights because they have a lot of armor, so they're resistant to the very minimal amount of damage that it can produce, but it should otherwise be fine. The monsters, the terrestrial monsters down here, are able to push into this peasant mob over here, which should rout very soon, and the Lord is going to charge in, which is just fine for us because we do have the Charybdis here, which can destroy him quite quickly, even without the help of the Hydras, etc. Otherwise, the dragons are going to land among the knights, and the reason I did this was once again what I was talking about earlier with those anchoring points. We don't want the Harpies moving in first because they can take a lot of damage very quickly, as they are reasonably fragile. Their stats are quite good, but because their armor is only at 15, they take damage to basically everything very quickly. But the Harpy swarms following in like this is very nice. Plus, as I said, we have the doggos coming in to add their anti-large to try to kill these knights. So regardless of the fact that they might do some damage to the Black Dragon, actually not a lot, they should get wrecked by the Harpies soon. Ooh, and I like how some of the Harpies are hovering overhead while the others drop down and attack stuff, and the others are near on the ground. Look at our Thousand Maws working. There's the chain round. It looks like the entire enemy host is done. I don't know how much damage the Lord took, but I imagine it would have been a decent amount from the Charybdis and probably a couple of extra hits from the Hydras. I think this worked pretty well. We're really just missing the other monsters in here, so the Feral Steg and the Feral Carnosaur. I really wish they weren't feral versions, but what can you do? Plus the other Dark Elf monsters, so that would be the Medusa and the and the manticores. Not entirely sure about the manticores yet, or the medusae, but I'll think about it. Because if we get a lore that buffs medusae significantly, we can get a bunch of them in that army. So I'm not entirely sure whether they're needed in Rakarth's army. Plus, since they're ranged units, that's the other thing that really has me concerned. Wait, isn't there a regiment of renown medusa? Maybe I'll just get that. I remember there was one with a scream sort of thing in Malice's campaign. Okay, but I guess we'll see that later. All right, let's see how we did in terms of damage.
Triumph as always.
Alrighty, triumph as always for Rakarth indeed. So that went pretty well. Our dragon got quite a bit of kills with 40,000 damage, actually beating Rakarth in straight up damage, interestingly enough. As well, even though it didn't do a crazy amount of damage or get a crazy amount of kills, the feral mammoth was really, really helpful here. I'm actually kind of tempted to say the MVP was probably the feral mammoth, just for the ability to break down that wall. That was so useful. I mean, just compared to the similar battles we've had, and we've had about a dozen of them, where we weren't able to use a lot of our army, i.e. All of our monstrous units that are terrestrial, just because those walls take a long time to break, or rather the gate takes a long time to break through, and we had no easy way to break down the walls, except I suppose by waiting and having the Reaper Bolt Thrower do it. But yeah. Hey, good job, Wallbreaker. Or, good job, Mammoth, that's a Wallbreaker. How, you know what, maybe we should just straight up name it Wallbreaker. Makes sense to me. And there we go, faction destroyed, a best stun. You know, speaking of names, I gotta get a few of the, I know there were a bunch of names for the Hydras and for the, and I think there were several for the Harpies as well. I'm gonna remind myself to get those in there next episode. Yeah, you could be Wallbreaker. Just because it's what I'm going to call you, because that's the most important trait you have. Alrighty, so Montfort is ours, and now we have the... The monster army is nearly complete. I mean, there's a few replacements that we'll get in terms of the Feral Stag and the Medusa, but otherwise it's more or less where it wants to be. Oh, and the Black Dragon's already at rank 4. Pretty nice. Alright, Rakarth, you leveled up. We don't have much time left in this episode, but I guess that's okay. Oh, right, I did want to get him a couple units of Cold One Dread Knights. I forgot about that. Just because he buffs them up and gives them stock, which is pretty nice. Alright, in the meantime, speed for Harpies. Nah, we gotta keep leveling Rakarth. I mean, we're gonna get these things, obviously, as well as Eternal Hatred, although we are starting to run a little bit low on points. But yeah, we gotta get Beast Slaver. Alrighty, so that's good. Let's see, commandment available. We're obviously going to go into demand highborn hostages, because that's what we always do. We won't need the slave pens here, because we will not have a slave economy out of any of these areas. Alright, and let's see what we're looking at now. Most of Bretonnia is ours, and now we need to decide whether we want to move north towards Lyonesse or south towards Carcassonne first. I'm inclined to say we move north, take out this, and then move south afterwards. Why? Because we can take this, basically link up with Longwy, and then move downwards, maybe even have Rakarth briefly take Misnar and Torkarali, move Shakara over here where she can defend in Torkarali from any of the elves that approach this way. I guess we won't be able to protect ourselves if they approach this way, but hopefully Tor Anlek can stop any of the elves from going for the Shrine of Kane. And this will allow essentially a weaker army like Shakara's to just hold off anybody else on the donut. And then while this is happening, we move Rakarth back out and then south and take Carcassonne all the way down to here, down to Magritta, and just try to link up with Skaven Blight before moving north and then finally attacking the donut. I think that's a decent plan. But I guess we'll have to wait to find out. We don't really have any more time to do anything. I guess what we could do is we could end this turn just to see if anything interesting happens. I don't remember, did I give gifts to the or to the Wood Elves this turn, or was it the last turn? I don't remember. I think it was last turn, so, oh, and not join war again, so I'm just going to give you, Durthu, a small gift for now, and same with Death and Nagaron. There we go. Payments, offer payment, small gift. Yeah, we really need our attitude to improve with these guys, otherwise they are, they're gonna declare war on us quite soon, I fear. I mean, what are the other options? We need to look at our techs. Let's see if anything will help us from fighting them. I mean, we can attack them. It's just that it's so pointless to fight the Wood Elves. Their territories are terrible. They can jump around. They're really annoying. Their armies are irritating to fight. I've never liked to bother with them. If only their territories were actually useful. Like, if these were as effective for us, then they would be an actual goal, but whatever. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. We've identified Cult of Pleasure now. Non-aggression pact, trade agreement. Yes? Yes, perfect. Oh, yes. I did not realize that. Okay. Well, they won't join Confederation, that's for damn sure. I'd like to get a non-aggression pact or military access pact, if nothing else. But I guess we can give Morathi some gifts for a little while. For payment, 2,000 for a small... Yeah, okay, Morathi wants a lot of cash. Oh, I forgot to give Malekith money as well. Wait, Malekith's not actually allied with Morathi, interestingly enough. We're jumping ahead in the future here. Payments, offer payment, and 895, yes. I accept. I didn't give that to him this turn, did I? I don't think so. At least I hope not. Alright, well, we'll try to get military access. I don't think she's going to want to give it to us for a relatively low amount of money, but let's try. 2,700, yeah, it's still low. It's still low. That's okay. The trade agreement by itself should be worth it, as well as all the other smaller military actions. Plus, she's at war with all the High Elves on the Donut, which means as long as she survives, and she does have 8 territories, which is pretty nice, and she can probably help us cripple the Donut. Yeah, that's actually good. Alrighty, anyway, as I said, we're out of time, and next time we will be attacking all of probably Musia and Leoness, as I think I've convinced myself, and otherwise trying to see if we can't siege Total Kar with Shakara over here. I don't know if it'll be possible, but there's no reason not to try, right? And I guess we still have to think about replacing her with a Lord. The only problem there is also the fact that we would then have no Lord that can fight one-on-one, and I guess the Charybdis sort of fulfills that role, being able to dual enemy Lords, but I would then like to probably get some kind of hero in Shakara, or whoever replaces Shakara's army, especially if it's a mage lord. We could build a master. I wonder. Let's keep an eye on the masters. Let's see if we can get one that that buffs those basic units a lot. I mean, I suppose if we got one of the Black Ark Reavers, we could buff up the Black Ark Corsairs in that army. But it's not like there's that many of them to make it super worthwhile, but it's still certainly something we should look into. But I guess it's once again a problem for next time. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. If you have a second, please do take it to leave a like and or a comment to support the channel. It really does help. As always, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.